Okay, this is how to put on classical guitar strings. And first things first, make sure that you've got classical guitar strings. If you've picked up a set of acoustic guitar strings, that's probably going to mean steel string, which we don't want. So we've got classical guitar written on there, and ideally in my view nylon. There are sets you can get which are other types of plastic, composite set. Savares do some, Proate do some of their own. I've always liked the nylon, but you can make your own choice there. As long as it's classical, we've got the right thing. Okay, so we start with the bridge end of the guitar. This is the bridge. The white piece of plastic is called the saddle, and one side of the saddle is usually higher than the other side. This is the higher side, so it goes on the bass side. So we take our 6th string and put the string through the... Sometimes you just have to make a little kink in it to get it through the hole. We put it through like that. You're probably going to need 4 or 5 inches of string on this side. Loop it round once and then tuck it under and hold it down against the soundboard. That's important because when we pull through from the left hand side, just straighten that up, we end up with it latched over the edge of the bridge. That's how we want it. If it's that way, if it falls in front of the bridge, that might pull through. So we'll just wiggle that back. It's latched around the corner and then that should hold. Now obviously we've been left with quite a little tail on the string there. In some music shops where I've seen them put the strings on, they will interlace every successive string that you put on with the tail from the previous string, if you like, so you end up with a neat little pattern of tails of strings right until the end, and you just trim the last one off. It does look good, but if you suddenly need to get a string off in a hurry in a concert, you're left having to unpick one from the other, and it's nearly always the 4th string that goes first on a classical guitar, and that's in the middle. So personally, although I change my strings regularly enough so that they're probably not breaking on me anyway, I still prefer just to feed it through and work it so that I end up with a nice little neat finish on it, and if it was too long you can always trim the end off. Okay, so we've got a 6th string on. We do the 5th string and the 4th string in exactly the same way. You would have put the other end on as well by now, but I'm going to show you just the bridge end first. The 3rd string, 2nd string and 1st string we do a couple of extra twists through as we go. So we go round in the same way, back under, 1, 2, 3, and then again hold the end of the string down against the soundboard so that it latches eventually over the edge like this. This one I'll definitely have to trim off because these nylon strings are harder to pull through once they're actually tied round. Alright, so we've got the bridge end on for the 6th string. Next thing is to attach it to the right capstan, that's what the white bits are called, for the tuners at this end. So it simply goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as we go round. So first of all, get the hole to the front. You can turn the tuning peg either way to achieve that. Then we go through the hole just once. There are other methods of doing this where you end up going through the hole twice. I wouldn't recommend those for 1 minute. Through the hole once. We go back through the gap above the capstan, underneath the string itself, and then back through the same gap again, so it forms a sort of U shape under the string. And as I hold that with my right hand there, I can then turn the tuning peg. You see the hole move upwards, and once it's gone about 180 degrees out of sight and the other holes come round, you can let go, and that's now on. And it's because it's latched under the string itself. Here's a closer look at that bit again, this time with the 3rd string. At this end, the strings go on exactly the same way, whether they're the bass strings or the treble strings. So we get the hole to the front, put the string through the gap, underneath in a U shape. Just feed it through a little bit. You don't want loads of slack on the string itself. Back through the gap, hold it with your right hand, turn the peg so the hole moves upwards with your left hand until we go around 180 degrees. I'll just line the string up in the correct slot on the nut, of course, and then we're in.